Joan Lunden, I'm telling you, it's so great to see you. It's been a while. You came back and you look fabulous. Your hair's grown out beautifully.
I know. I just took the wig off for the first time last week and said it's
beautiful.
Too hot out. I've just got to like go with it. Do you think I'm like
No, you look
okay?
fabulous. I love, and you know what? A lot of good news coming from you. First clean screening. I love to hear that. Tell us about that.
By the way, like you were just saying, you know that I went on a no wheat, no dairy, no sugar diet, and I was eating all cruciferous vegetables.
Yes.
And anything dark purpley red like cabbage and eggplant and blueberries and all those things. So I was eating all those foods that keep you from growing cancer cells. So if we just ate better, if the government wants to do something, don't make mammograms start at 50 so we'll lose thousands of lives here in this country. Clean up the American processed food.
Well, you're trying to help out in so many different ways, Joan. You know what? You've been through so many different things. And, you know, you've come through this with a lot of support from family, friends, and you personally. You're writing a book right now and things coming out September 22nd. Had I known. You also have launched an online channel to help women out. Joan, it's called
Alive with Joan.
AliveWithJoan.com.
Yeah, Alive with Joan is a platform really for anyone going through breast cancer or for the millions of people in this country that are living, that have lived through treatment and are surviving, but living with that threat of cancer ever coming back. So what we talk about, I interview all the experts. You know, I kind of give everybody else in the community an all-access pass like we have.
This is a whole new mission for you. I mean, what you're doing, you're really providing information, interviews, and so forth. This is a 24-hour channel.
Yeah, it's like a TV channel, except that it's on the internet instead of on regular broadcast waves.
So what are you telling people?
You know, there are so many different aspects to being able to hopefully prevent ever getting cancer. Right. Certainly trying to prevent a recurrence of cancer, and then everything in between, from what the experts say that they should be eating. Screenings are so important for women. Yes. This idea of, you know, moving them back to 50, what we really need to be working on is making sure that every woman in America has early screening so that they catch the cancer early. You know, if you look at mortality rates in America for breast cancer, they've dropped significantly.
Yes,
why?
They have.
Because we have gotten incredible, wonderful, targeted treatments. And today, a breast cancer diagnosis is not a death sentence.
No,
for
it's not.
most women, they will live through it.
Yes, and I know you're doing a lot because you're going to Washington as well, and you're really fighting really hard for a couple of bills that are very important to get that kind of information to women.
Every time you have a mammogram, there is a report generated. And it tells you whether you have dense breast tissue, which shows up on that mammogram as white. But cancer also shows up at white. So it's kind of looking for a snowball in a snowstorm.
Yeah, you had that experience.
And I have it. Right. That's why I had a clean mammogram last June 5th. Then I walked across the hall and I had an ancillary test. I had an ultrasound and they easily found the cancer. And for 45% of women in America, they have dense breast tissue. But they aren't being told. So this bill would require, now many states, by the way, have changed this, and New York's one of them, so just recently. So you do have to get it, but everyone, when you get that report, don't just read the first little paragraph that says you don't have cancer. Read on down, because unfortunately, way down at the bottom, it says, the mammogram, the dense breast tissue may be masking the ability for the mammogram to see your cancer.
And this is what you're fighting for right now.
I am fighting for that.
You had some good luck in Washington.
I got a couple of
senators
to sign yesterday.
Let's see if we can get this thing passed.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people have questions for you. One, in fact, that I want to read. This is from Osuna Isa. She said, I was recently diagnosed with a benign type of skin cancer. I was devastated, and I would ask you, Joan Lunden, if you have ever felt like calling it quits. I think I know the answer to that one.
No.
I know.
You know something? We live, this is, if you're going to have to get this, boy, thank God we're getting it at this time where there are so many incredible treatments. The trick is always catching it on the early side. But if you don't have, you know, a good rapport with your doctor, which may be the case here, get a second opinion. You know, I had a hard time going for a second opinion. I'm a doctor's daughter. I grew up, you know, doctors were the gods, and I kind of looked at it as rude to go get another opinion. But even doctors are in agreement that
Yeah, they just support
you
that.
should inform, get yourself informed,
Right.
go for a second opinion,
Yep.
and then find out what everybody thinks. Now, the problem with a second opinion is that you usually get a second opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I got 3 different opinions, and then it's kind of back in your lap. You have to decide what to do.
Well, you know what? You're giving people a lot of good information. Alive with Joan.
Alive with Joan. Yeah.
And people can sign up for that. What is it, $9.99? Which
Yeah,
is great.
like all the subscription
Yeah, that's how
channels,
they
and
are.
it's 24 hours a day and new content every day. And I'm doing Google Hangouts all the time. It's funny because I thought I was going to have to come up with something new to talk about every day, but I don't. The subscribers are giving me the questions, and it's really become kind of user-generated content.
Very exciting. Listen, it's so good to see you, and I love your
Always
hair.
good
You
to
look
see you.
fantastic.
Thank
Give me a kiss,
you.
will you?
I
Joan
introduced him
1978 in New York.
in New
I
York,
remember
and
that.
then on Good Morning America.
I know. We've been doing this for a long time. You look great. Good
Longer
health.
than we'll admit.
Good health to you and to everybody, okay?
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us, Joan.